child star to basically mega global brand and sophisticated Demi Lovato?
Starting out in the industry at a very young age was something that I think I look back at, and I wouldn't start out that young if I could do it over again. I don't regret anything, but it was difficult to transition from being a child star to transforming into a mainstream artist. You know, it's something that is very challenging. You have to find your identity, and you know, for so long you've been kind of molded into something, and now you're expected to figure out who you are very fast and in front of the entire world. So it's definitely been difficult, but it's been a learning experience, and I'm still figuring out who I am every day.
But these seemingly niche community experiences are influencing mainstream pop culture around the world. Because on YouTube, creativity comes to life through interaction. They've helped make web video a defining medium of this young century. They represent not a shift in entertainment, but a cultural movement that empowers the voices of millions to shape the culture around us. It's what allows for a boy in Kenya to use YouTube videos to become his country's first world champion in the javelin, a 21-year-old nonverbal autistic talk show host to draw an audience of millions for her interview with Channing Tatum, and a generation of LGBTQ youth to connect with voices that reflect who they are and what they experience. YouTube is a medium that more than any other is a complete reflection of who we are and what we're passionate about. It challenges each of us to think differently about ourselves and what entertainment can mean, and it represents a living and breathing culture that's changing every day and reshaping the popular culture of an entire generation. It's the first global medium that's as rich and inventive and odd and individual as we are.
We know more about consumers than we ever have before. And we may know you better than you know you. And that's because we have access to these tools. And these tools create deep consumer intelligence at scale. This information is highly personal, highly impactful, and comes with tremendous benefits. While we're really just scratching the surface, as AI evolves, we have to make sure that this data is not used in the wrong way, because it can be used for sketchy or even evil outcomes. It's increasingly evident that we marketers must lead with a code of ethics, and we must protect ourselves and from others.
The idea was just that, there was a lot of talk around autonomous driving, and so we were just curious as to how people think they should make decisions in a completely autonomous vehicle. So, of course, we gave some sort of long-standing philosophical arguments around, the fat man paradox and other examples as to who should you kill if you have to kill. And
there's really no good answer here.
There's no good answer there, but we unfortunately do have to make those kinds of decisions when the time comes. And so we gathered, I think the group gathered a few million data points on how people will make decisions as to, who will they run over at any given time. Now remember, this is of course done hopefully with a calm mind when people are in front of their machines. Now the irony of it was that most of the people, so there was this scenario given where, if, for example, there's a pregnant woman or a couple of pregnant women crossing the street, or a few kids who are crossing the street, and there's an option that just the owner in the car, and the option is that rather than hitting all those pedestrians, the car will self-destruct. Surprising, most of the people chose the option that the car should self-destruct. And then they said they would not buy that car.
And what that means is that when you're building these systems, you have to explain to people what the algorithms do. Tell people what it is. Have the overt value exchange be easy to understand in simple language. What can I get out of it, and how is that good? And most importantly, offer clear opt-in, opt-out guidelines to manage privacy.